there's Kevin with GatheringMagic.com with match number 2 with the Bant Cryptolith Rite. Yes, we'd like to play first. Oh, we're stuck with the Whirler Rogue again without the double blue source. I think we're running 12 blue sources. The only card in the deck is the Whirler Rogue that requires. The reason I do like Whirler Rogue, as you saw last game, putting out the 1/1 flyers is a little superior over than 1/1 Eldrazi's. So anyway, I think I'll keep this, though. It's not a bad hand. We have a foreseeable outcome of getting Westvale Abbey out very quickly. But yeah, I might need to relook at my mana base to see if we do need that 13th or 14th source of blue. Cryptolith Rite with the Loam Dryads, Cryptolith Rites, and the Pilgrim's Eye, though, it brings us up even exponentially more ways to cast a Whirler Rogue. So I do like to guarantee a green source for the Cryptolith Rite and the Evolutionary Leap. Those are the lands that you absolutely have to hit for this deck to function properly. So Lumbering Falls. And there's the Pilgrim's Eye. So we don't have to worry about this game being able to cast the Whirler Rogue because we do have the Pilgrim's Eye to go fetch up the other island. I think here we'll just throw in the Forest because another basic land allows Prairie Streams to come into play untapped, and then we can just get the Hangarback Walker off. Hangarback Walker is kind of weak versus Declaration Stone. I have a bit of a nagging feeling this is going to be Bant company, and I'm proved wrong. So Lumbering Falls into Transgress. Transgress does hit the Whirler Rogue, or he can actually hit the Pilgrim's Eye if he so chooses. But we have double Whirler Rogue. We don't need the second one. The Hangarback Walker is soon going to get out of control. I'm actually not going to cast or pump up the Hangarback Walker next turn. I will just be casting the Pilgrim's Eye. But you never know. Maybe he will decide to take the Pilgrim's Eye. Nope, the Whirler Rogue it is. Alright, so there's a Drowner. I will go Coast now. This allows us to get the Whirler Rogue on time. Pilgrim's Eye for the island. And then attacking with a Hangarback Walker. So there's the Tireless Tracker. Real good card advantage for our opponent. Here I think I'll go Skyspawner rather than the Whirler Rogue. And let me tap my mana correctly. And this allows a Hangarback Walker to get a counter on it. This is most likely just a Seasons Past deck with the Tireless, or with the blue for Silumgar is usually what they use it for. I could be wrong. So we'll put a counter on the Hangarback Walker. Attacking with our 2 flyers, and at this point, running out of Languish is probably not ideal, but this allows for Westvale Abbey next turn. So if he doesn't have a Languish, and he misses land drop last turn. So if he doesn't get a black this turn, we can go Westvale Abbey. This is an ultimate price. Yeah, that I could care less about the Whirler Rogue dying. It does its purpose. We have enough creatures, and I most likely will go for Westvale Abbey and just get it out there. There's the Sylvan Advocate. He still can't block flyers, though, so possibly not. Maybe I just keep beating him down with the flyers. Put a counter on the Hangarback Walker. Throw out the Westvale Abbey. We could actually get the Drowner of Hope here, but we'll just attack in with the flying creatures, taking him down to a 10. And yeah, I think Drowner's actually a better card here, because this does give us some padding against Languish. Yeah, he'll scoop. Misses land drop again. So this is just Sultai, Sylvan Advocate. Yeah, I don't know if Season Pass is quite in this list. They kind of vary. It's just a control list using the creatures being probably Kalatas and Sylvan Advocate and Tireless Tracker, just to get the value, and then a ton of control. And blue is Silumgar, is what I'm thinking. Who knows? I think the decks really want Sire of Stagnation, the ones that are actually the Sultai decks that are splashing for blue. So anyway, here is where we bring in the Anti-Languish card, which is Warping Wail. We'll bring in the Negates. We'll bring in the Clash of Wills. We will bring in the Den Protectors. And basically, I think the entire sideboard comes in versus this deck. And then we can take out all of the early stuff. I do like a Prophet of Distortion, but the Blisterpod and Loam Dryad are unnecessary. The Skyspawners and Whirler Rogues are actually... The Whirler Rogues are definitely unnecessary. The Skyspawners are probably going to be unnecessary as well. Might like keep one in there. Displacer, I probably only want like one. Duskwatch Recruiter is actually really good, but we're going down in our creature count by quite a bit. Drowner Hope is actually okay, but since we're bringing a lot of bigger base creatures, I think that Drowner can go down to a 1-of. We'll keep a 1-of Eyeless Watcher. It's just a lot of 1-ofs that we can actually bounce back and forth. The Hangarback Walkers are really good here. The Duskwatch can go just down to a 1-of. In fact, I don't know if I care too much about Duskwatch Recruiter here. So, I mean, these aren't bad versus Sultai. I don't want to get blown out by a Languish, and I think a lot of these cards do get blown out by Languish. And I don't necessarily need, more than just like one Displacer. I think the Skyspawner can actually come out, and then the Duskwatch Recruiter can come back in. Duskwatch Recruiter, even though we only have 20 creatures, is some card advantage, so not going to worry about the Skyspawners and the Whirler Rogues. This is a fine hand. We'll go ahead and keep it. No Cryptolith Rite or Evolutionary Leap, but we have a Prophet of Distortion and a way to gain card advantage through the Prophet of Distortion. So we'll just run it out. And we actually have a Hangarback Walker next turn, and then a way to actually protect everything through Negate. So we can actually play the Draw-Go strategy with Negate, being able to counter either Seasons Past or a Languish. So Transgress does hit the Drowner. But I don't think we need that card. It's a good card, and we can almost cast it. But we'll just throw out a Hangarback. This card is a nightmare for... A lot of the Sultai decks don't run anything specifically for... Like, there's no complete disregards in the metagame just running around anymore for Hangarback. Hangarback is kind of being kept down by the white decks. Either White-Black, Anguish Unmaking, Silk Wrap, and Declaration in Stone. So I think a lot of the black decks have kind of sided out the complete disregards or way to take care of Hangarback Walker. So there's Tireless Tracker. Do have to worry about that card. But the good news is this turn is I can throw out the Yavimaya Coast and actually do another Hangarback Walker. And we can put a counter on the other one. Uh-oh. Double Tireless Tracker is going to be an issue. This is a hand that is going to be very scary through the card advantage the clues are going to get him. So Hangarback Walker up to 2. We can still negate everything that is significant. And I think that we do just pass here. Rather than... Eyeless Watcher is not a card that we absolutely do need. I would like to get to a Westvale Abbey. But the clues are going to get out of control. And he will attack in, because he can sack all of the clues. And I think I just let it go through. Sure. Going down to a 12. Trips on the Tireless Tracker. So now I got to weigh which one I like more, putting a counter on the Hangarback Walkers, which I think is the right call, rather than drawing a card. So Pilgrim's Eye, I think we want to keep up the... I think I will go get a white source here, just in case we get the one of Eldrazi Displacer. But I think at this point in time, I do need to start throwing Hangarback Walkers in front of trackers. Sack another clue. He's trying to hit a land drop here. Gives us a lot of blockers for quite a while. And then Anissa comes down. And another Evolving Wild, so even more clues. We'll put a counter on the Hangarback. So this Den Protector can get back a Pilgrim's Eye. We want to keep Negate mana up. So I do want Eyeless Watcher here. It allows us to attack in with the Thopters. So now Nissa's going to get flipped. It's even more card advantage. And there's the Dragon Lord Silumgar, which he is going to be using versus the Hangarback Walker, which is going to be pretty bad for us. Yeah, there's nothing I can do against the Silumgar taking my Hangarback Walker. So I was correct for the splash. Block here, and then sack them. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, it wouldn't matter if I drew into an Ulamog at this point. So this will at least give us a draw. And gives us a Warping Wail, which is actually going to be pretty bad. Duskwatch Recruiter is fine. Allows us to fill back up our hand. We still have some time, but not a lot versus our opponent, as the Tireless Trackers can continue to breed out of control. Grasp of Darkness can take care of the Prophet of Distortion. Yeah, I would have definitely gone against the Prophet of Distortion. I think Prophet is more powerful here than Duskwatch. Throw the Eyeless Watcher in front of one. No, it's definitely going to be a flyer. I think I just do go down to 1. Yeah. 1 is fine. And there's his 4th Tireless Tracker. Okay. Clash of Wills. Let's see. Cryptolith Rite allows us to stay alive. But this is looking terrible. I think Deadweight just does it. And we'll negate it. I don't think there's any way out of this. Except we put a Scion in the battlefield. We block everything. But that does it. Alright, so Silumgar's command as well. I think I'm going to take out the Warping Wails. I'm not quite sure we need to worry about Warping Wails in this matchup. It's good versus decks that have the, like the last matchup, have both 1 toughness or 1 power creatures and sorceries. So I'm thinking a Drowner of Hope is actually quite powerful. Getting to it would be the thing. I think Eyeless Watcher, maybe even the Skyspawner is good just to get out early. I think another Eyeless Watcher, another Skyspawner is probably the right route to go. Again, Whirler Rogue, maybe not so much. Maybe we will give a 1 of Whirler Rogue to bounce back and forth. We'll submit this. Eldrazi Displacer is just a 1 of in here anyway. Alright, since we like to play first. This hand is iffy. I think we keep it. It's got 2 of our really, really late cards in here. Worldbreaker actually probably shouldn't have came in versus this deck. There's not a lot that we have to exile. Or artifacts or enchantments that we have to worry about. We can lock him out of a blue source. I've done that before with Worldbreaker. But we do need to draw into another land. Or we're toast. Draw into another 6-drop. But if we miss the land drop here, I think that... Wow, he's using a lot more creatures than I gave him credit. A Duskwatch Recruiter. Oh, we hit the Lumbering Falls. Unfortunately, it comes to play tapped. So, I mean, he could attack it for 3 here. Could have a Tireless Tracker, a Sylvan Advocate. There's a Westvale Abbey. Everything's just out of sequence. We'll Pilgrim's Eye. Get a white source. Then pass the turn. And I'm let this go through because we do want to be able to bounce. There's a Cryptolith Rite. Yeah, I think that's the best card to put out is, well, Whirler Rogue's going to be the best card to put out here. Cryptolith Rite first, and then Whirler Rogue. I have to take a damage no matter how I do. No, I don't. Okay, so green, white, and we'll go Whirler Rogue or Cryptolith Rite. And then blue, blue, and Whirler Rogue here. I'm sure one of these will be grasped. We're in decent shape here. Oh, he's just going to go for a Duskwatch Recruiter. Now we're in amazing shape. I don't know. It did find the Nissa. But if we draw a land, we Ulamog here and just take out his forests. So yeah, I just take the damage. We do have a World Breaker as well to take out a forest. Next turn, if he does happen to kill a Thopter or Whirler Rogue, which is looking at what he's doing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have both. We have access to both here. I could go Drowner, World Breaker. World Breaker seems like the better play here. And that'll be a roadblock. There's a Lumbering Falls. And we do have Ulamog, unless he languishes here. Yeah, that's about the most given languish ever. So, we'll block. Really? Huh. Well, now I'm wishing I wouldn't have done that. We do draw the Prairie stream, but we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's just me Drowner. Yeah, I think that, I don't know, I was really expecting a Languish last turn. Now Languish doesn't hurt at all because it doesn't kill the Drowner or. Yeah, that's not terrible. Sets me back a little bit, but I think I just activate a Lumbering Falls and then attack in. And he's down to a 5, so he needs a Dragonlord Silumgar to come down here. And maybe I should have. Alright, it's just gonna be Nissa, okay. I said maybe I should have just cast an Evolutionary Leap to protect against Dragonlord Silumgar taking away one of our... So you can activate his Hissing Quagmire. Prairie Stream again. But Displacer just wins the game here now. So he'll activate the Hissing Quagmire. And then we'll displace it. Alrighty. Not so tough without 4 Tyler's Trackers. Alright, we'll go on to the next match. This has been Kevin with GatheringMagic.com. Thanks for watching.